Right. I don't know. All right. If anybody is on YouTube, kindly check if the live stream is on so that I will be sure on my side. Kind of a little bit technical on my side. Can someone check for me?
It's on, but your screen is not showing.
My screen is not showing. Okay.
Yes.
Am I audible there as well?
No.
I'm not audible.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Think the screen should be sharing now. Should be showing now. Is that clear? Is anybody hearing on their
Yes,
side?
it's not showing.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Um. All right. So good evening to all of you. It's another day. I trust your day is going very well. And Mark Brain is here again with a team, Dream Deal Academy, to show you the way to wealth creation through the financial market, right? On Monday, I said something about Bitcoin. Who can remind me? Maybe person gets the person gets an award for remembering what I said about Bitcoin. If you remember what I said about Bitcoin, could you please unmute your mic and tell us? You raise your hand. Nobody. Hmm. Okay. I mean, if I do remember what I said on Monday about Bitcoin.
No, please.
Hey, hey. Okay, it's getting interesting. Ruth, Pearl, you guys were here in the chat box. It will reach 60,000. Thank you, Madam Lumbani. That is correct. It will reach 60,000. And I added on top that the highest will definitely get to the highest. So it's getting interesting here right now as far as Bitcoin is concerned. Now, okay, yeah, I'll give you a book for your gift. All right, so we are coming to look at how the market moves and trading by session, right? Those of you in the copy trading group, I gave a signal to you today and you rallied. We call such movement a rallied signal, right? So how do you identify that, for you to be able to forecast the market? And the point is that this week, Bitcoin fly to the top here. Very beautiful. The truth of the matter is that I told you guys I love lines. Okay. The truth of the matter is that when we decide on Bitcoin somewhere 1800 here, it was after this move. and the market did all the necessary stuffs here. So those who've been listening to me somewhere around 2023, 2022, 2023 will actually understand the essence of these lines. Now, these lines, they were very important because market is giving us a region to be scaling and analyzing the market until price got here and they respected this line again. At this point, is it just lines that we are drawing? How? What do we see when we draw those lines? And what is the purpose of those lines? They help us understand and interpret market direction, price action, movement of price, and the rest. Then we got the last line here, which is 50,963. And Bitcoin sat over there nicely. And when you extend this line to the back, you will have something to do with this area. Okay? You have something to do with this area. What do they mean? When you pick this area, it has something to do with this area. So this particular history on January 8th is kind of like a level up April 2022, right? So analyzing the market is key, and you being able to understand and interpret what the market is doing is all we do, or is all we've been chasing on the topic um, technical analysis, right? So as far as you want to analyze the market on the technical analysis base, you will have to go with understanding what happened before. After you getting what happened before, you then now ask what is happening now. After you figuring out what's happening now, you then ask yourself, what will happen next? If you're able to ask those questions, then I can tell you that you can forecast the market, add a little bit of psychology to it, then determine the direction of the market. At that, you'll be able to get your entry. Yeah, when you get your entry, you can easily spot your take. For example, Bitcoin came to this area called 64,000. I was just expecting to get to my 69,000 before it breached, but anything is possible, right? Now, Bitcoin came to 64,400 and something dollars. Is it historical? Did that thing happen before? On the weekly time frame, yes, the repetition of data exactly 12 April 2021. How do you work with that data? That's the question I want to ask you. How do you work with that data? Is there any relationship between the move it created at that time from March 2021 to April 2021? Is there any relation between the movement here? If you can clearly see, there is no relationship. But I always tell my inner circle people that when it comes to movement of price, there is always a destination. Now, it's your assignment to understand and look for those destinations because that is what will help you set the right take profits. That's what will help you analyze the market very well and then use that to make a decision. So if we're looking at this movement, yeah, they all created the same high. So if in case we are expecting a pullback and it will happen, I cannot tell you how deep it will happen until I reanalyze the chart. I look at the chart, right? definitely market will brief. At what length will it brief? You then now have to use this data, this whole data. One, you will look at the opening and closing of that previous bullish candle price. And then you look at the institutional funded candle that swallowed or engulfed the previous candle, relating it to the correction effect or the pullback and the rally down. Then Bitcoin gives you the higher high, 69,000. Now, the problem for you is that if you did not go into history and try to understand the connection between the current move and the previous move 3 years ago, you will actually become the liquidity of the market. You will take your profits because some of you will now have the belief that it is not going to buy. Then you jump in somewhere here. A lot of people will buy Bitcoin at 64,000. In fact, they will not even consider to buy it at 50,900. Right? They won't consider to buy it at 40,000. And they never considered to buy it at 29,000. That is where you get it from always. Because you believe in speculation. I believe in technical analysis relating to the right sentiment analysis. Okay. But if you just make decisions on speculation, now people trade in the financial market with speculation. Oh, everybody is buying, so I want to buy. You will end up being part of the 74.5 people that mostly lose in the financial market, right? So it's getting interesting. There is greed coming into the market. A lot of people are excited. But then, if you are late and you did not buy Bitcoin yet, wait for a small correction. How do you do that? Free gift for you. Okay. It's very simple. We are currently on a weekly time frame. And the truth is this. If you want to be successful in trading, especially crypto, once you are not a futures trader looking for a price movement within a short period, right? Within hourly, minutes, and the rest. For the crypto market, for Bitcoin to make sense to you, you need to understand or use the higher time frame, analyze the market. You need to use the higher time frame. What you are seeing here is weekly time frame. Now, if you are analyzing Bitcoin and you are on 4 hour, 1 hour time frame, you are wasting your time. Big time. You are wasting, right? So take note of that. Wait for correction. It will definitely pull back. That's one. You don't have to be afraid. It will definitely breathe a little. Now, how do you gauge it, right? You can also use the flip tool, pick it from 39 area, and then wait few candles on a day time frame or 4 8 time frame and see if the pullback is confirmed. So it means that if Fibonacci is confirming change in direction or a pullback or retracement, okay, then you should be expecting at least price to pull back to 58,402 or 5,500. Okay. Now, if they said I should make a decision, I will actually wait for 5,500 or 52,500 or I buy. I will not just buy at the top. No, I will not do that. I will wait for pullback, no matter how long it stays at the top. I'll wait for a pullback into any of the fib zones or I go in for buy. Now, The people that will lose, I'm going to show you that data before the session ends, are those who FOMO. All right. So when it happens like this, there are a lot of reactions in your brain wiring each other, and you know you start regretting. I didn't buy Bitcoin. Calm down. There are other cryptos you can buy. All right. So let's um go to work and then break things down. I'm going to use my friend XAUSD. XAUUSD. That is gold versus United States dollar. I'm going to take Great British pounds and I will add Euro United States dollar. Right. Now, I believe you have your notes. You have your note, please type in the chat box. I have my notes because we will pick somebody who make the best notes and give that person a surprise. The surprise can be maybe find yourself in our inner circle and any other stuff. I don't know, but okay. So someone says, Eposenio says, I have my notes. Solo Job says, I have my notes. So we have two people. Okay. Okay, we have a lot of people having them. Um, Let me actually on my AI to summarize this meeting for us, and then I can also have my notes after I'm done with the session so I can read. All right, awesome. Now let's get to work. Concentrate and follow me. We have different times zones, and there's a common saying that when men sleep, transaction is happening. Right? Then when it happens that way, people feel it's a crime to sleep. All right? It's not a crime to sleep. It's actually good to sleep. What you should understand is that we are in a complete 360 world. As far as the world rotates on its axis, we have to see certain things at their time or different time. That's why time cannot be equal everywhere. That's why we are all listening right now, but our time zones are different. There are some people here ahead of each other 1 hour, some 2 hours, some three, and maybe some 8 or 10 or 11 or 12. Yeah. So what it means is that as you are going into the night, someone is at dawn waking up. And as you are waking up, someone is preparing to sleep. So there is rotation when it comes to funds or movement of money. By the same way, when you are sleeping, you will understand that transactions are happening. Somebody is on the flight, someone is on the road, traveling by night, buying something somewhere. And as far as those transactions are recognized in the general market or in the big market, it acts as to movement or inflow or outflow of cash. So we have those sessions and they have effects on movement of price. Okay. Now we categorize it as Asia market, London market, then we have New York. Now, please take time and observe and understand this thing because it is one simple and easy way you can navigate the markets and mitigate a lot of risk and be able to understand what the market is doing and what it will do. So during Asia, what are the markets that open? We have the Wellington, we have Tokyo, we have Singapore, and they open one after the other. All right. So it means that what time do business start in that country? Remember, we are trading in the world financial market and currencies are moving against each other. So if you take time to know economic activities in Australia and know what are the core businesses that happen in Australia, what relationship is those core businesses having on your asset that you trade, you will now expect or try to understand the movement of price within those markets. That's another thing you should take note of. If you go to Tokyo, what businesses are in Tokyo? What is their currency? Japanese yen. How many exports and imports happen in Japan? What relationship is Japanese yen having on the asset you trade? Is there any Japanese yen in your watch list? How will be or what will be the impact of movement of price in that country? At least if you don't know, Toyota is from Japan. How many Toyotas probably leave the shores of Japan to the country's asset currency you are trading? So if you are taking United States dollar versus Japanese yen, you need to know what is the inflow and what is the outflow. Guys, this is what you have to do. What is the relationship between the two countries? Trade agreement, the exchange rate differences, the fluctuations. Is there any misunderstanding between the two countries? What is the impact of those misunderstandings? You need to understand. So, if you are taking United States and Japanese yen or Japan, and then US is sleeping and Japan market is opened, what are the inflows? What are the outflows? What is the demand and supply created at that particular time? Then, if you are taking Japanese yen and United States dollar, the other part of the world, what is the inflow of United States dollar? Because, for instance, maybe I'm in Ghana and then I may not have direct exchange means to convert my Ghanaian cedi to what? Japanese yen. So I have to preferably look at a freeway approach. Which nearest currency can I convert to then to Japanese yen? If the answer is United States dollar, it means that you first have to convert your Ghanaian cedi, your naira, maybe your shillings to United States dollar. It gives United States dollar some power then to Japanese yen. Right now, you can do this by sentiments. You can also do this by fundamental approach. You can also do this by technical analysis. You can also do this by observation. You can also do this by um, demand, identifying demand and supply. Right now, these all come together to give us the factor behind technical analysis. If you are following so far, let me know. Following, I'm getting it. I'm getting confused and stuff like that. Now, each session have something that happen generally in the market. Now, it's based on the, the outlook of the market. There's always an outlook of the market. And at the same time, there is direction of the market. Before, before the direction and before the after the outlook, there is the market structure. What is the market like? You want to trade palm oil, and then you've done your market survey. You want to enter the market. You want to send your palm oil into the market. You have done your price analysis, your cost analysis. You put in everything. You're realizing your profits. You are wondering, am I making more profit or uh, less profit? Aside that, you also scale out. How difficult was it for you to get this palm oil? What is the probability that if I sell this palm oil at the price I want to sell it, and I want to go and buy again, I will get it the same cost price? What if I sold it, then I'm going to buy again, then maybe the original cost price has increased? It means that I cannot get the same quantity I would have put. These questions, when you go to the market women, right? Those who go do the normal business, those who sell the charcoals, the yams, the tubers, the oil, and the stuff. Most of them, that's all this calculation. And they add a spread, SPRED. They add a spread. That spread now set as, let me say, an equity, a differentiator between they going back to the source to get the same product. Now, any person, any seller, any business, any market person, any store, any supermarket that does not do this, if you are here listening to me right now, you don't do that, it means that as inflation is going up, as price is going up, you sell your things in the store, you go to the market, you can't get the same quantity, and before you realize, your goods will reduce drastically. The same applies to sessions. Banks, they do that. Banks do that. Pricing when it comes to moving vehicle, fueling your car, considering the equipment, the gadgets, the tire, uh, the number of times you get flat tire on the road, and all those stuff. They are all factored into you deciding how much you take for fare. So when it comes to costing, a lot of things go into it. Same thing happened to the financial market. Remember, you are coming to buy gold or you are coming to buy United States dollar, but you don't have the gold at hand. Neither do you have the United States dollar. That's what we call contract for differences, CFDs. At the same time, there is somebody who have the gold at hand or the United States dollar at hand. Their market is peculiar to your market, but there is a layer of differences. If you go to the market and your gold, you didn't get the price you want to sell it, you can send it back to your house. But is it that easy over here? Not really. Because if you go into the market and you didn't get it the price you want to buy, you might have to close by leaving some coins in the market. And sometimes, in case you want to still hold on it, the market might now go against you. And instead of losing small profit, you lose big profits. I want to speak a language for you to understand Forex trading to the kindergarten level, right? And accept that it's something you do on daily basis and you be friend with it. That is why you need to know market A, market B, market C, what goes within those markets, and ask yourself which of these are suitable for you. But before then, we come to look at what type of trader are you? Okay, what type of trader are you? Okay, that's the question. Are you scalper, right? Are you day trader? Ask yourself those questions. Are you a swinger? Let me make it swing trader, right? So swinger, and then you're a position trader. Okay. Now, the question I typed, they all have conditions. If you happen to be a scalper, you will definitely have to take into consideration sessions. If you happen to be a day trader, you still have to take into consideration sessions. Swing trader might not really consider that, but it is necessary. Position trader is looking at the long term. The next point is your equity. How much do you have as an equity to input into the market? Then, how do you want to treat that equity? The next one, the losses. For example, if you are a position trader and you analyze gold on monthly basis, okay, from this point to this point, there is no move. Okay, so you bought gold on the 24th February, right? And then over here, there is no move. But if you are still holding it, there is a small move as a position trader or probably a swing trader, right? So they hold trade multiple days, some few days as well. If you are a day trader and you're able to understand this area, get your condition right, and you buy, definitely you are going to be out somewhere here already. And then you got another entry from here, or wait till here, and then you got another entry. So a day trader already got one, two, three movements, probably. All right. A scalper will get it maybe one here, two, three, four, five, six. It goes with how much time you have and how much time you want to spend in your chart. Now, you can be a scalper or a day trader and observe Asia, London, and make decision in New York. You can be a day trader and observe Asia, London, and make your decision. Or you check how Asia behaved yesterday, how London behaved yesterday, how New York behaved yesterday, how do they behave today, and what is the next direction of the market, and then day trade the following day. So the type of trader you are determines how you want to approach the market. Then the currency pairs you trade, the currency pairs you trade also depend or determines, decide whatever will happen in the market. For example, I come here, we change it to Euro USD. And let me come to Euro USD. Okay. And then, yeah, let me stay on weekly time frame here. Okay. Now, when you look at Euro USD in a week time frame, it's moving in a very nice way. Okay. When we convert XAU USD, you might not see the same structure. When we go to GBP USD, that's Great British Pound versus United States dollar, you might not get the same structure. You ask yourself, why is Euro first, gold first, Great British Pound first, but the structure is not the same? Economic activities in the partner countries are not the same. And then how those assets, those currency pairs communicate with each other are also not the same. So you need to understand the language Euro speak versus against United States dollar. You also need to understand the language Great British Pound speak versus or against United States dollar. You need to understand the language gold speak against or versus United States dollar. Now, by understanding that, you need to practice the movement as well. The movement on a normal market day in Asia. We have different markets in Asia. The movement in Tokyo, the movement in Singapore, the movement in Wellington. Check them and see the language. How do they fuse together? When you know that, you note it down. Then London, then New York. So it means that you can practically observe each market, and then because you know the language, you can even determine the liquidity that moves within a certain period. You can identify the volatility in each market and put all together to be making decisions. So in a summary, Asia does something. Asia does consolidation. Okay, in most cases, I'm going to break it down. Not a financial advice. Then London breaks. Okay, London breaks. Okay, then New York run, and then New York reverses. And Asia takes it like that. Now, when you are in Asia market and the market consolidates, you expect a break above or below for London market. That is why many people that entered trade early on in Asian markets on the support, practically they end up hunting stock in London markets or overlapping. We want to talk about overlapping, right? So what I want you to get is when there is a major move during Asia, you don't expect London, sorry, you don't expect New York to give you that same major move as well. All right? Let me recap it for you again. I'll go into it practically so that you understand very well. Don't worry. So, Asia consolidates or range. Okay, you can use any of them. Consolidate or range. So it only means that you might not expect a major move. Then we have London is break of structure. Mark, what is this about? I'm going to show you. So break of structure. Then New York do two things. Run, then reverse. Okay. Where is it running to? And where is it reversing to? We're going to look at it. Right. Now, let me put this aside. We'll need it somewhere in the corner here. Now, anybody, I think I did class yesterday for inner circle. So they knew very well that price was somewhere here within this area yesterday. And then the markets did not close yet, but price is still within this area today. Okay. And the trade happened. Yes, trade happened. So one movement came here. So market pushed up to this area within the Asia session and come back. And then at 6, when Frankfurt opened, then London pushed in 7, the market pushed below. At 9, a lot of people were hand here because they were seeing this area as a support. London break this structure below. And what happened when London does that is there is always liquidity until the stops. Sorry, but that is it. All right. Then we now have a beautiful engulfing candlestick pattern with a doji candlestick at 11, then 12, 1, New York opens. When New York open, we call something overlapping. When there is overlapping, there is a high liquidity. and high volatility in the market, right? So London is preparing to close at 2 p.m. UTC. Then New York opens at 1 p.m. UTC. There is auctioning, there is trade agreement, there is yesterday's trade. A lot of transactions are happening. People are setting up their trade tables to go into market, and all those things are happening. And London is also trying to what? Um, Close their account and do every other stuff. So there is overlapping within that time. And at that time, when you are with the chart, you see the chart swinging. See the chart swinging. All right. Okay. So then a push up. Then you will see the London, New York, then run it. That's from 2 p.m. UTC. The run did not really push up much. And then it goes back to this level and push up. So it means that as market is here now, New York is not officially closed yet, but the market will enter into what Asia. So you might not expect much move. So you may see market doing a little bit of consolidation downwards in this order, right? Which means that the probability of we expecting a direction to push to the downside before overlapping and the London making helping us identify changing direction will be based on how Asia reacts. So the question is, do you think price will touch 2030 for gold? We can analyze that and see if yes, it will happen. Now, when you now look at this chart, you can see that price moved from the base here to the top, right? And then from the top, it stopped somewhere here, making a correction, right? Now, the correction can be in two ways. Is it a correction to this move? Is it a correction to this move for us to see a continuation to the top, or is it a correction to a new downtrend coming to form? This is the point where you can apply some tools like Fibonacci retracement, right? Or other patterns that you are comfortable and understand to see the next direction of the market. Now, at the same time, after this correction, we have an interesting thing to observe. We have a doji candlestick. We have a close to Mariboso candlestick, another doji. Are we looking at this area, this 1, 2, 3 candles, as evening star formation for us to expect the market to keep pushing down to the downside? That is the question you need to um, ask yourself, right? Now, it's getting interesting. How do you tackle this market? First is to know the time they open and close. If you are using a C trader, it's always there for you. You can see the time frame, or the time zone, or which market opens and which one is about to open and which one is closing and the rest. Now, we all know that markets start at a certain time and close at a particular time as well. It's 10 p.m. UTC to 10 p.m. UTC, but gold closes 9 p.m. UTC and open. So at that particular time, which markets open at 10 p.m. UTC is the Asia market. So Asia hold till from throughout the evening, and when we are sleeping because they are in the day, throughout the evening. And as we wake up by 6, Asia is packing out. Then Frankfurt, Germany comes in. Then London comes in. So London takes 7 UTC AM, then take it through to 2 p.m. Right? 2 p.m. Then from 1 p.m., as London is preparing to close, New York comes in and take it from there through to 9, 8, 10 p.m. as well. Right? So that is the rotation. Now, when you go on the internet, you will see um, they will break it down, not in the major zones as you can see. Okay. So New York time, you should also expect Canada opening. All right. London time covers both Frankfurt and New York and London. And then Asia takes care of all the Asian markets, Asia countries, major Asian countries at the same time. So that's how the rotation happens. Now, if you want to trade it, how do you approach it? That is where we are now going, right? Um, might not understand everything 100% right now, but I will just urge you to follow keenly, right? So that you grab it along the line. You can rewatch it as many. I remember when I was learning these things back in 2018, it looks like a movie. I used to tell my student that, hey, sometimes when I want to, uh, I do a mistake and I want to change candlestick color, I have to call my teacher, thinking that there is something special behind the scene that happened, right? Now, I'm coming to 15-minute time frame. It's the best time frame I use to do to spot my sessions, right? Now, let's look at it. Today is 28th, right? So I want to spot it for you. Now, this is trading view, C trader, and meta trader. You see the time and dates at the bottom always. Okay, see time and dates at the bottom. So take note of that. Anytime you want to use that, you can just know where to find the time. Now you see prices over here on the right hand side for all the chatting platforms we have, right? Now, okay, uh, so you now need a vertical line to help you. Now, as I'm dragging the vertical line, you'll see at the bottom, the dates are showing, right? So I'm going to take it from yesterday, 10 p.m. So yesterday, 27th, 10 p.m. All right. Now, the market closed and the market opened. So at that particular time, we take a horizontal ray, then we pick when that market opened. So it opened here. Okay. We are going to consider the week, but then you can take the body, the opening of the candlestick into consideration, right? Now, I will show you why I use the week. Then maybe you may also consider using the week. Now, this market open and euro was bullish against United States dollar up to this point. Okay, so what time is that? Now, these are all. Let me get everything right. Sorry, guys. It has to be 22. It has to be 22. So let me look for 22. Sorry, 22. Yeah, this point. Okay. Yeah. So take note of that. 22, not 10. 10 is AM, right? Now, where did this market open? It opened here. Okay. Open here. Then it creates a high up to this level, right? That's an extension into where United States market closed, right? Then this market dropped down a little bit to the previous low of United States. Okay, when New York was closing, it created another low here. So I'm going to put another line there. So I'm putting it here. This is for educational purpose. If you are going to do it by yourself, you can take it based on how. So this area are all Asia market. So I'm going to use color green for them. Just for practical, for you to understand very well, like very, very well right now. So I give them green. So Asia is representing green. Now let's look for 6-7 GMT. Okay. So we come here 5, 6:30, 6. Let me put it at 7. So this is 7, right? So I'm going to give it yellow, right? So it means that we are representing the London market as yellow. Now, so from this point to somewhere here, Asia is running, is on. Okay. So we now put yellow here because Asia ends here. So I'm changing the color back to yellow. Now, the same time, London ran all the way to 2 p.m. Okay, so this is 2. So I'm going to take it here, 2 p.m. It's here. Okay, so London is yellow. Then we are going to give New York blue, right? So New York opens at 1, okay, 1 UTC. So I'm going to pick another one again. Look for 1 UTC somewhere here. Great. And I'm going to give it color blue, right? And then currently New York is running. Okay. Now you can map it ahead of time. You can just take the dates down. And then when the market starts, you don't have to draw anything again. Now, when we look into this structure, where do you think the market starts from? Someone should help me in the chat box. Where did the market start from? At what area or price did the market start from on Euro USD? Can someone give me an answer or a price or a range? Yes, anyone? Um, who is writing on my screen? He's not right on my screen. Yes, who can tell me the time or the area? Let me put it at the area. Okay, no problem. I'm going in straight forward. Okay, now Asia started here. Okay, so on session level, this whole area will be my zone. Let me repeat myself. On Asia level, this whole zone be this whole area. The 3 lines I drew be my zone. I'm going to tell you why. Now, New York, we said New York ran and reverse or run, okay? But we are looking at run and reverse. So at this particular point here, New York opened in the blue and the market go back to where it started from. All right. So let me annotate it. If you take your time and understand this and add all other skills like technical analysis, candlestick structure, demand and supply, psychology, I wouldn't consider you learning right now in um, an introductory. You are more than intermediary, right? Because you're going to apply it. So Asia starts from here. New York send the market here. Now, if you also understand this, you will find it difficult to lose big time in trading. No matter how the mistake you've done, you might always break even. Until even if the market is trending, okay, it's trending. If the market is trending, giving you higher lows and stuff, that one will even make it clearer and beautiful for you. It will make it clearer and beautiful, right? So it means that if you understand this thing, Asia broke here. We'll go into history and we understand this, we'll trace this line, this area back. But the question is that London break structure here, came all the way to this area. Then London come back to touch this area again, where it broke, push back. So those who trade high and low, they will say a new low was created, then a lower high created. Yes, is that correct? Yes, so a new low and then a new high, then they will say a new lower high created. And then if that happened, many people are looking for a confirmation for a buy opportunity. So you can use this base as a confirmation because the market did not create a new low. lower than the previous low. Hence, there is a buy opportunity. But if I understand session, and I know how session played out, I will make a confirmation on this engulfing candlestick pattern and going for a buy. My stop loss will be a little bit here because the breakout structure has already happened. And I'll wait for the rally. My stop loss will be before this zone here. And I would have take this profit free of charge. All right, now let's break it again. I will try to use when we are done with the session. Please go to your charts. Just give yourself 3 4 days. Okay. Spot those zones. Go into history, spot the zones. Then spot them ahead of time. Like from tomorrow, you spot define a color for yourself, colors for New York, colors for London, colors for Asia, and then draw it from tomorrow and Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Just put them down and note their highs and their lows. When you note their highs and their lows, observe what happened within that. Pick your theory from it and look for a tool that matches the theory you have taken. Then make a decision. You might end up only trading New York session and be making money. If you understand London, the same thing. If you feel Asia, but if you are trading in Asia, your profit target shouldn't be more than 50 pips. Your profit target shouldn't be more than 50 pips. If you are trading in New York, you can target 100 pips easily and get it because it runs the market. But before you do that, you look at the historical performance and then you take into consideration the previous high and the previous low. You're going to look at that in the coming sessions. Okay. Look at the previous high and the previous low, or we take into consideration the pivotal system or pivot points to support your decision. Then you can leverage on the session and make your trading very interesting. Right? Now, let me break down a few things. I'm going to squeeze the chart to 1H time frame and let's look into history, find out something for ourselves. Right? Now, if I were you, I'll try and watch this video as much as I can because it's very, very important. Okay, now we come here. Things will be very clear. This line here, okay, the white one, 1.0806, happen to be an area many traders will consider as a support. Okay, then they will look at this area, making a decision. That same support. And then if you actually buy on this support, market will only pull back in your favor a little. It's a normal thing that happens. So the breakout structure is not always about just the Asia market breaking. It's about the previous day structure, how market behaved the previous day, or the level created. Now we are talking of period. We have different ways you can assess and determine it. Is it weekly, hourly, daily, or every 5 minutes, right? If you want to understand period, please, you can add period separators to your chart. And based on the time frames you are using, if it is 1 hour time frame, you're going to give you how many 1 hours give you a period. If it's 5 minute time frame, will give how many 5 minute time frames, gives you a period. You can use that to make your decision as well. Now, over here, price dropped to this area, overlapping. So London closed here. There's a fundamental analysis, and then New York opening here. So overlapping started, commenced from this area on this particular candle and a rally to the downside. Now, over here too, you can see there was a level over here. And this level was broken in London, 9 a.m. Okay, this level was breaking by London. How many of you will be trading this asset in like with the skill you have before, and you will not put stop loss within this space? Because this market is yet to happen. Let me circle it, right? If you are here to make a decision, how many of you will think deep, thought it over and over, and put stop loss below here? Even if you put stop loss below there, this pin bar, take it. How many of you would think of leaving stop loss here? I'm very sure I'll get no's. This is one reason you will always get hunt. It's not that your analysis are wrong. You just don't understand some basic concept trading. And that trading is London breaks structure. If you forget anything today, please let's do some exercise. All right, type in the chat box. London breaks structure. Type in the chat box. London breaks structure. London breaks structure. Yes, London breaks structure. It can be above or below. There are some instances. If if the market is hovering around Asia alone, London breaks above and below at the same time. So those who are buying and selling are all affected. Those who are buying and selling are all affected. Then you realize that the market then picks up. Now, if you are integrating this skill with Fibonacci, you will see that 61.8. So if the market finish playing out and you put a Fibonacci on the chart, you will realize that you bought at 50.0. And London will extend to 61.8 before pushing up. Those who trade gold today with us, you've seen it. I said there will be a reaction at 50.0. And then that 50.0, the market extended into 61.8. The 61.8 is an institutional base point. And if you go into it, there is the market movement happen within the London session. Market movement happen within the London session, right? Now, let's get back to work. Then it gives you what? A new low and rally to the top. Let's check it out with time, right? So somewhere 5 p.m. UTC, it gives you a new structure and then rally it. Okay, and then it continue that way. So understand some of these things, trading will become understand some of these things, and trading will become very simple. You will not get hands. All right, maybe I have to prophesy in your life. If you analyze these things very well, then you will know how to deal with the previous structure, and you will learn how to use pivot points, and you will value how to, at least when you keep previous structure into consideration, it means that when you open the charts, you will be able to look for the structure of the market, the outlook of the market, and direction. Don't look for direction, structure before direction. Then after direction, you look for your confluence. Not one. Don't just use engulfing candlestick. Don't just use what are their names? Um Rising star, evening star, and those stuff. No, don't use them. And if you want to take charge of the market, I'm talking about it should take you like once a while. Then the market hits you by hitting your stop. then you can call yourself, my trading strategy is 85% accurate, or you'll be bragging that I I I, I analyze with a high profitable and high probability setup. You need to integrate your mindset, what I'm teaching you right now. Okay? But wait, not a holy grail, right? But it never failed me before. It's not holy grail. I never failed me before. All right, so it helps you know how, where to set your stop loss. It helps you know how, where to set your stop loss and take profit. Now, when you are setting your take profit, you should take into consideration what? The spread. That is what your broker determines. You know, your spread. So when you are setting up stop loss and take profit, you should know that if if your take profit is here and your ask price did not cross it, then it means that the market will kiss your setup, your trade. So if you want to take profit, you must not focus on the week. But if you want to set stop loss, you must focus on the week with some extra pips. So that no matter how the market stretch their hand, you shouldn't be a victim. That's where anytime ICT traders comes in, they will tell you that at every turning point of the market, there is liquidity. And you, the retail trader, that refuse to understand the concept and the structure and the outlook before going to the direction of the market are in concern, it will be that liquidity, right? So you can promise yourself if you like, I will try not to be the liquidity, all right? So that you can be friend with the market. And one day you tell me that, hey, Mark, this thing is working. I love it, you know? So, um, these are some of the things I want to show you, and I wish you can practice very well and you to become very, very profitable. All right. I'm going to end it here. Before then, let me show you um something quickly on over here. Okay. So today we gave a buy setup here, somewhere in this area, and it rallied to the top. And I told you guys I love lines. Okay. Don't mind me. Because as the market is moving, I want to understand what is happening. Okay. So let's look at what time did this happen. This happened at 16:00, so 4 p.m. UTC today. Within that time, the market was rallying. So today, the overlapping actually, where is overlapping? 2, 3 p.m. So today, the overlapping did not happen, but you can also see that London break structure below. London break structure. How many people will buy at this particular 2027 and have the ability or the equity to put their stop loss this distance? Be truthful to yourself. So you also understand that and you want to make decisions, you will know based on how Asia behaves, when exactly should you enter trade. Some of you, your problem is not anything. You enter the trade too early, as if someone is chasing you to enter the trade, right? Now, as this trade was running, we were expecting some 2 TP above, and the TP is a little bit above this area. And market came to kiss it nicely and push the downside. So on this level, what we did very simple is there is an impulsive movement here, and that is the time New York is running the market. Psychologically, we should expect a reversal. The market starts within this area, and bounce back to that area. So I may not have to technically accurate this. Don't try this at home. Right? So I was able to catch this sell, and I told my community that, hey guys, there will be a reaction at 50.0. The market extend back to 50.0. And then I told them we're going to land at 23.6. And we land at 23.6. And price is back to 50.0. So if the market did not do any major move before Asian market opened, we could see a little bit of sideways movement slightly. If Asia did not create any dominant performance, we will still have price moving within this Fibonacci level tomorrow, and we'll be expecting price to push to the downside 61.8 and touch base on the previous low during the longest session, and we can catch another buy and swing it up a little and figure out where the market is going to go. But you should also take into consideration how the assets you are trading respects session, right? Volatility and the rest. GBP USD did the same thing, right? So if you get it clearly, we have a little bit of sideways drop move. Okay, at this particular point, United States dollar seems a little bit stronger. Pull it down to the downside, and this base area, okay, within this structure, 10, London, price push to this area. And if you actually know how to set stop loss outside the zone and you even bought at the wrong place, you should still break even after all, right? So at this point here, the market is currently almost at where it started from. Okay, currently almost at where it started from. The reversal is done. All we're going to see is that we'll see some kind of consolidations again, and then when the market open, there'll be a break of structure below or above, and then we take it from there. Which also means that you can screenshot this right now and use as your gauge to analyze GBP USD. That is if you trade GBP USD, right? And anytime levels are created, don't be so proud of yourself that I want a clean chart. Draw a line. That is how I trade. Okay, I draw a line and try to see why that line, considering the week, and that automatically gives me a zone. But over here, we have two zones here. I'll be looking into this area quickly so that I can be able to protect myself within the structure. So if I'm going to trade in this area right now, my stop loss will not be in between any of these three lines here. Simple. So be proud of lines, but don't draw the line as decoration. All right, draw with a purpose and try to drive the psychology behind it. And I'm very sure as you progress in the session, you will definitely get the concept. And trading will be very, very simple, like very, very simple for you. Now let's touch base on the liquidation map, right? Then I accept questions and see how many people have how many people have lost money. I say for a fact, and I'll always say for a fact, the fact that you waited and the motion began, I will not say begin, but it already started before you put in. You want to put in. As far as you did not make the decision before the move, you are bound to make the wrong decision. How do you make the decision before the move? Is the ability of determining when market stop, when market brief, and anticipate what will happen next. And we actually factor that in zones, considering the wicks of the candlesticks, considering the previous lows and highs of the structure, factoring into the reaction on the zone, giving us what we call demand and supply. Once you forget about these principles, you will be among those who were liquidated with over $424.43 million today. All right. What are they doing? More than half were buying. Remember, Bitcoin bots. Why are people still getting liquidated? By buying. Bought at the wrong price. Those who short, they FOMO. right? So it's trading after all, right? Thank you so much for your time. If you enjoyed the session, let me know. And then if you have any question, please unmute your mic and ask your question. One detail of this, I'll just, if I you, I'll find my way to the inner circle and start downloading uh, quality information to enhance my trading skill. Yeah, so it's question time. Um, I'm done for now. If you have any question, please let's do it quickly. So we call it a night. Question time.
Yeah, good evening, dog.
Good evening. Is that your real name? Account Shama.
No.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
the laptop I'm using, that's why.
That means you
This is
stole your lap.
Edwin.
You Edwin. That means you
Yeah.
stole a laptop. All right, Edwin. How was the
Okay.
session today?
Oh, it was marvelous and great. Every day there's a new things that I always learn from you.
Ah, okay, that's fine.
Mm. I took the trade today and it was good. The good. I didn't see it earlier, but the little I can. So it
Oh,
was
you
good. It
tap
was
into it.
perfect.
That's awesome.
Mm. Just that I mistakenly I was looking for the TP3, but it didn't happen. So I'm
Oh,
still in
okay.
loss. I'm still in loss in it, but I'm hoping it to rise a little up.
Ah, and we say hope is for the what? Hope is for the
Uh,
one.
my question is, it's not based on today's way, but I'm trying to link my account to C Trader. But I've been trying. Anytime
Okay,
I create, it's only give me a demo account. So I have about two demo accounts. But the
okay.
actual live account, I was not able to connect it. So if you can, I don't know whether I'm using the wrong link or if you can help me do it.
Okay, so okay, we have to schedule, right? So that we look into it on Zoom. Is that okay?
Oh, okay, okay, that would be good.
Right. Okay, great.
Mm, thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. Yes. Next question. Took the trade. Was waiting for TP3. Right, that's not bad. But Edwin need to define his exit strategy. Need to define your exit strategy and look at what the market is doing. Right, we we set take profit based on reaction points. Okay, so sometimes maybe I set a take profit on 4H time frame, expecting market to get to a certain level, right? But then as you are trading, you are connecting to the previous high and relatively looking at how the market is extending the um the impulsive nature in the market. You look at that to anticipate if that market will get to that price. So I want you to take note of that. What is liquidation? On a simple term. All right. Liquidation is about stop loss. A stop loss. You bought and then you set your stop loss and it goes against you. All right. So don't be among the 4.424 million dollars people. Don't add. Hey, it's a secret. Don't add your $10 to it. Don't add your $5 to it. Don't add your $10 to it. Rather be among those people that will make the profit, right? Okay. All those that purchased at the wrong price are those who follow speculation. Some of them will probably follow their mentors. All right. So, um, observation from FO Senior. technical analysis, sentiment analysis, fundamental analysis, demand supply analysis. What is the differences? And does one need to master all? No, please. If you want to master all, you kindly have to go with price action. Price action is the most important way to anticipate and forecast market. Demand and supply is the ability to know what is actually going to create the move. And on a structure base, I leverage on zones and reaction on zones. I factor reactions of zones and I spot my zones based on the multiples of rejection that happen at a psychological support and resistance points. Okay? And focus on the psychological support and resistance, not just support and resistance. Now, sentiment, being sentimental is not really it's aside fundamental. So um things that are hovering around the market, okay, you are there and maybe an issue happened in the US or Middle East, and then it costs by US. There are some times where these days deep fake and AI create scenes, and people believe those things and make some irrational decisions. All these apart. But if you want to be a technical trader, you need to have a big eye like an eagle, right? Big eye like an eagle. And that big eye that supersedes everything for me is observation. What the market is doing at that moment is very important to me. And how do you know that? Candlesticks communicate that to you. Candlesticks communicate that to you, or whichever way you are looking at the chart. Focus on. That's why I love observation, right? Technical analysis is an overall way of projecting the market. So that is it on that side. Please, which is the best broker we can use for trading? Sulu, you added your $10 to it. Oh, sorry, man. You just pay school fees, right? So what you need to do is that we teach you how not to be part of those people that are $10, right? Listen to us. You make your decision before you jump into the market. Okay? Uh, this is public domain. I cannot really sell any broker right now. Okay. So you can probably trade with the brokers I trade. If you believe in me, then that answers your question, Johnson. I love the fact that you're very super consistent in the session. We are cooking something for you in Namibia. Please, how do I download MT4 using PC? When I try to download MT4 on Google after installing, it becomes MT5. Oh, I know that problem. Now, there's a point here. Okay. When you install MT5 first, the MT5 codes and systems are in your system on the machine, right? The app related to everything. And when you are installing, most of us pick allow this app to make changes to your computer. So MT5 is the boss, or looks like the boss sitting on your machine, and you're not coming to install a subordinate. Now, some codes from meta codes, like the software, the back-end elements, are already installed. So it overshadows um, the MT 4. But it's not that it's empty 4. Just the logo becomes the 5. But when you open it, you will see the empty 4 features, right? But if you don't want this wahala, you can download and install the MT4 first, then you download MT5. Now, if you want to install, you can just come to meta quotes, quotes. Yeah. So if you don't want all this wahala, I can welcome you to CTrader as well because I think I'm loving it, getting interesting and filling the graphics and every other stuff. So you just come to metacourse.com and then you navigate to MT4, then you can just download. But the best way you can also figure it out is this. Any broker you have and you are using, most of them have their customized MT5 or MT4. Go to the back office of the broker and download MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5. And that's one. I'm not sure you have any problem. I'm a beginner, so I'm willing to know how to trade, even though I'm using a phone. All right, so please, give Mutonga, and may I know the group you are in? We're going to give you a little bit of introduction, but then you could also bounce back to our YouTube platform to rewatch some of the videos. We tag them day 1, day 2, and it's kind of a repeated sessions, but I think we're building it up, right? The first session will never be like the same. I can't stick to one strategy. What is my problem number? What is your problem number? Silo, you need to trust yourself and trust your analysis. Okay. Now, there's the point. I want to be frank with you. 90% of content on the internet, especially YouTube, are designed for marketing purpose and to generate views because YouTube is a business. And fortunately, many people don't like the truth. So they are looking for how they can turn $100 to $1 million in a 24 hour. Yes, then they go and watch that one. There are some contents I learned from YouTube. Not all content on YouTube. Now, if you don't know the strategy to use, I will encourage you to resit again and ask yourself, what do I want to trade? And how long do I want to stay in this business? But for a fact, the strategy I will recommend for you is avoid anything indicator now. Focus on price action. Start with candlestick. Focus on pin bar, hammer, rejection candles, doji, and the rest. Pin bar goes a little bit high as rising star or morning star, right? So when you focus on it, you start developing that love for it. And you may add a bonus strategy of trading by session to elevate it. Edwin is saying that CTrader is the best. Okay. SA Group Namibia. Okay, fine. Perfect. We're gonna uh give you updates over there. We are trying to create jurisdictions as well so that we can properly structure sessions according to time zones at the same time. On Monday, I couldn't grab much of the lesson due to bad network. I want to ask how you can determine or why is this thing following? Okay. How you can determine or set your stop loss to take only 1% or 10% of your funds to match the 1 to 3 ratio in order not to lose outrageous amount. Oh, okay. Let's take it from here. I will answer in a simplified version of my language. It will be based on your technical analysis. The, the adjustment will not be based on how you set the trade. It is the decision you are making at that moment relating to how long the market can travel in your favor will determine that 1%. Now, let's say you analyzed to, to trade and make 50 pips. What percentage of 50 pips do you think will contribute to the 1% of your equity? That is when you do your calculation, right? So it's how much pip you need and then how much pip you want to risk for that. Then multiply that by your lot size to help you gain the amount you are willing to risk or gain. Do you ever do Zoom meeting every day or what? Because I want to know how to trade. All right, so Mutonga, you're going to learn how to trade, right? So we do sessions Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6:30 South African time, or 8:30 South African time, uh, 6:30 Ghana time, and then 7:30 Nigeria time. I've been losing a lot of money until now because I didn't meet the truth. Oh, finally, you meet the truth. Okay. So stay in touch with Madame Lumbani. All right. She will show you the way. I'm sure she's been with us for almost a year or more, and she identified the truth. And you are going to recover your losses slowly, but surely. So thank you so much for your time. We're going to call it night here. Thank you for your interaction, your questions. Thank you for believing in us, learning from us, accepting that we're going to help you get to that destination as far as our financial market is concerned, making some good informed decisions at the same time. I wish you all the best. If you're on any of the platform, okay, if you are not on any of our platform, especially where the signals have been flowing, find yourself there, all right? Telegram, is Dream Deal Academy. Let me check that quickly. We give a lot of free signals, okay? Telegram, Dream Deal FX signals, okay? Type that name now, find yourself in our Telegram group, right, channel. You can feel free and go through our signals and see the fantastic job we've been doing over there for all this year, right? They're a fantastic platform. We take the people at heart, we carry them along. And want to join our premium session? We have premium session and we have inner circle. Then we have a lot of ways you can put yourself into our system. But then I think if you are here, you can find yourself at premium session. Semi-free. Just follow some instructions and you get in there. And I believe you me, you get more than you are getting here. And if you find yourself at the inner circle, different experience. Thank you so much for your time. We spent about 1 hour, 48 minutes. Let me go grab some water and quench my thirst. I wish you the best of the week and trade safe. You can just target 1% daily and slowly, for sure, you will accumulate wealth.